Y'all, we're in the shop today and I wanted to show everybody our Tractor Supply chicks. Everybody is feathering in, they're doing great. So we've had great success so far with these chicks. Now some of these have large combs, and I know everyone says, well, they might be roosters if they have big combs. No, look at the wing feathers. The wing feather identification has worked with us for Americanas. Now, the Starlight Green Eggers, Blue Lace Red Wyandottes, Barnyard Mix. The only thing it doesn't work for are Silkies. Works for Cochins. It works for so many different types of chicks. But don't assume that just because they have a big comb that they're roosters. See, this one doesn't have one. Not near as big as some of these in the back. You have to look at the wings, y'all. Everybody's just different. Some chicks may have bigger combs than others. Look at your hens. Some have bigger combs than others. Don't panic when you see those combs. But so far, I've had no complaints with these chicks. Everybody's happy, healthy. They look really good. Really good. They're bouncing around. They love it. We've got these placed in our brooder box. We did a video on that, a DIY brooder box that my husband built. And they seem to be doing great. Look at that little comb. Say, but I'm a girl. Yes, I am. Say, we're not gonna panic. I'm a little girl. Hey y'all, welcome back to Harmon Homestead. Today I'm in the shop and we're getting ready to set up our brooder for our newest chicks that have hatched. They're olive eggers, 7. So what they'll do is they'll lay a huge army green egg come fall. So I'm super excited about that. They hatched yesterday. Normally, when you have chicks hatch, you put them in a brooder, some kind of box that will retain heat so they can be secure, safe, and the bottom is always lined with something. Most people use shavings. That's what we've used. You can use newspaper, and I got a hold of an old paper shredder this week, and I said, I'm going to use shredded paper this time. It'll save money if it works, and it will be compostable, okay? So you can throw this in your compost pile in your raised bed and it'll just break down, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. I'm down here because I keep a huge tote of the paper that's shredded. That way it'll be easily accessible because it is kind of a mess, you know, once paper starts flying everywhere. So I'm gonna fill up the brooder box and show you what it looks like. So this is the tote full of shredded paper. And it's just easily accessible this way and keeps it contained. So guys, we're inside and I have my shredded paper inside of my brooder box indoors. Okay, I'm getting ready to move my chicks over, but let me do a quick recap on how to set up a brooder box for all you beginners, because I have a lot of people asking me that. We did a video way back when. I want to show it to you again, okay? We use a plastic tub. If you don't know what the plastic tote is, a plastic tub, okay? No lid on it yet. These chicks are a day old, they can't fly, so we're not gonna worry about that right now. I have my brooder plate. My brooder plate's on, it's been on for an hour, it's nice and warm. If you're using paper shavings, shredded paper, do not use a heat lamp with that. I would go with the wood shavings. But since we're using the heat plate, it only gets to a certain temp. We're gonna do that, okay, with the shredded paper. Now, on my plate, I have one end very low to the bottom. You want a large tote, okay? Turn this plate very low to the bottom and then have one end a lot higher. So you want it diagonal, okay? That way the chicks, if they're cold, can get back towards the back. If they're warm, they can get out from up under it. Now, the chicks will jump on top of this plate, sometimes by day 1, okay? This plate will get very nasty. Okay, so I've done a video. Use a paper towel. I've pre-punched holes in this and just went down like that and kind of secure it to the top of the plate, because you don't want to have to scrape this plate. I've used a paint scraper, I've used wipes, I've used everything on man. That's a pain to clean this plate. That's the only disadvantage, but it's so much worth it with peace of mind. So put a paper towel on top. Change the paper towel when it looks soiled and put another paper towel down. Someone said use Glad Press and Seal. Well, this I can compost, and this I had. I didn't have any press and seal. So, and it's worked great for us. We've used it 2 different runs and it's done wonderful. So all the way up from a day old to 2 weeks old. So you want a heat source. Again, if you're using the shredded paper, do not use a heat lamp, okay? Heat source. You need food. I use unmedicated chick starter. That's just what I like. Now, I've got 7 chicks I'm going to put in here. They do not need this huge long feeder. However, if you're starting out, go on and get the bigger stuff because you can use it in the long run. If I hatch 36 chicks, this is what they need, not a small feeder. So bigger is better, really. Just go on and get the larger size stuff. That way it'll accommodate 7 chicks or 36 chicks. Last but not least, we have a water over here. Now, this is day 1, so I've got marbles in the bottom. You can get a pack for $1 and just put them in the bottom of that so the chicks won't drown, and it keeps them out of the water so bad so they won't get cold and wet on day 1. It kind of buffers them from getting down into the water part. You can use gravel, small rocks. You can put anything in the bottom of that. And we use maybe half a pack of marbles, and they'll last you forever, okay? That's all you need. All you need. I like my water to get closer to room temp. You can use warmer water in your waters, and just feed and heat, and then something in the bottom. So I don't know how the shredded paper is going to work, but we're going to try it because I'm all about saving money. And every bit of this and this can be composted. It can be recycled. Put it in your compost pile. Turn it over. That's what I like, because we've been taking the wood shavings out to our chickens. The problem is, though, is we'll put them in the run. Well, water holds in that stuff, and it's terrible, y'all. It just mushes up over time. It won't break down well. So we've had some like flooding problems in our pens because I've been taking all these shavings down there, and the chickens love it. The time this feed gets into your shavings, oh, they love scratching through that. The problem is it will clog up your pens if you're doing a lot of transfers from this box down to your chicken pen. So I started putting all the wood shavings in the trash can. That was a mess. So I'm hoping this will be better and just separate it into its own pile, which probably the wood shavings would be fine to do that way as well, but I just want to try the paper. I've got a shredder and I just wanted to try it. So that is a simple brooder box. By day 2 to 3, you're going to need a lid for this, okay? Make sure your lid has holes in it so they can get air. Now what we use is I've got a ton of these stackable shelves, and the actual shelf part with the holes all in it is small enough that a chick will not jump through it, but allows plenty of airflow. So we just take one of these and put directly on top of the box. That's it, y'all. That's it to start out with chicks. That's all you need. Okay, so I'm going to show you my little chicks and we'll go from there. So here they are up under their plate. Isn't that cute? I've already had one try to jump on top of the plate, guys, so I raised it up a little bit. But they're happy, they're content, they're running around. Gives them exercise to walk and not just lay there up under a heat lamp. I love the brooder plates, guys. First thing you do when you put your chicks in here is dip their beaks into that water and let them see where their water comes from. And look, they're already playing with the shavings. So cute. We'll keep you updated. These are the olive eggers. Looks like we've got some hens just by looking at their wings so far. But wait till about day 3 if you're going to look at the wings. We've done a video on that, and it will be obvious to you who will be hens and who will be roosters in the long run. All right, guys, look at that. We'll see you next time on Harmon Homestead.